Hey guys, today I thought I would talk about my Gene Wolfe collection that I have here. If you've been watching my videos for any time, you'll know that Gene Wolfe is one of my favorite authors easily. I've read the 5 books in the Book of the New Sun series and am working my way through some of his other works. As well as rereading Book of the New Sun. So big fan, but still relatively new to his wider bibliography, so working on that. And we're going to go over the books here, not just because I think they're unique and it's one of the authors that I have more of their books, but also there's some cool copies here and some interesting things I think to talk about. So just to briefly go over this, first off, I have this all-in-one omnibus of the Book of the New Sun with Severian there on the cover, and I got this. I don't really like the Sword and Citadel, and then no, what would it be? It would be Shadow and Claw and Sword and Citadel bind-ups that are out there. I used to have those, but ended up actually gifting those to my brother when I got this omnibus. And I just like the art better, and I think it looks better. And then I also have this copy of Earth of the New Sun. Now, Earth of the New Sun basically only has awful covers to it. And this is the only cover that I actually love, and I do love this cover. I think it is fantastic, and I think it looks great, and actually makes me want to pick up the book rather than, look up other covers if you want to get an idea of what I'm talking about. And then these 3 are all, from what I can tell, original printings of the hardcovers of these 3 volumes in Book of the New Sun. Now, the one I don't have is Shadow of the Torturer, and that one's really hard to find. But I picked these up. You've seen them in some of my other videos already. I picked these up at a local used bookstore, and they were priced at like $7 a piece, which I just thought was quite the steal. And they look great, all except for Citadel of the Autarch, which of course has this crappy blue border around it, which I just don't love. I'd rather have the full art piece, but is what it is. And then probably, other than the Book of the New Sun and the Solar Cycle books, Gene Wolfe's next most famous works is probably this, the Wizard Knight series. It's a duology. And these are probably coming up on the docket pretty soon, but they do tend to be where a lot of people go after finishing Book of the New Sun. So as we'll hear in just a second, I actually have taken a slightly different route when going forward for what I'm going to read next. And that is this. This is actually the book that I'm reading now, which is Pirate Freedom by Gene Wolfe. Now, I knew nothing about this book other than it was a pirate book written by Gene Wolfe when I picked it up, but it has very few reviews on Goodreads, but he published it in 2007, so it's more of a recent book, and I've been enjoying it. It's I'm not sure fully where he's going with it, but there's some really interesting things, and I can't wait to review it when I'm done reading it. Then this I picked up at my library. This is Strange Travelers. This is Selected Stories. This has in it a Christmas story that Gene Wolfe wrote called And When They Appear, which I've heard really interesting things about. So I've been actually really wanting to read this story, and this I found in my library used bookstore and ran out to the car and dug around for loose change so that I could buy this because it didn't have any cash in my wallet. So I'm glad I was able to find this. And then finally here we have the last single volume that I have, which is a mass market paperback of Free Live Free, which from what I understand is like a paranormal murder mystery, maybe? I'm not fully sure, but I know even among Wolfe fans, some find this one more difficult. So I can't wait to read that as well, and it might not be for a bit, but at least I have it. And then obviously here I've got a Pringles can, which I specifically got for my Gene Wolfe shelf. And I'm sure most of you know this, so sorry to bore the Gene Wolfe fans, but Gene Wolfe was an engineer that helped develop the original machine that cut and produced Pringle chips. And if you have seen an author photo of Gene Wolfe, he looks ever so slightly like the Pringles man. So I thought it was quite fitting. Who knows? Maybe the Pringles man was modeled specifically off of him. So anyway, this is my Gene Wolfe shelf. My one big disappointment is I was at a thrift store before I read Book of the New Sun, so I hadn't read him, and there was the Soldier Sun series there. And it was there for pretty cheap, and it was there for like a month, and I didn't get it because I was like, wow, I haven't read them, don't know if I'll like them, and this was years ago, and I never got them, and now I wish that I did. But that's all right. You can always pick them up off eBay or Amazon. So anyway, this is my Gene Wolfe collection. Going through Book of the New Sun now, kind of took a pause after book 2. We'll get back to it soon. Now going through Pirate Freedom, and then probably a couple other books, and then we'll get back to Sword of the Lictor. But anyway, I hope to read all of these within the next year or two. Obviously, we've read all of these and working on this one, so it's a lot of books, but these are duplicates, so it gives the appearance of being more than it is. But let me know which obscure Gene Wolfe books I should be getting. I do want to get the rest of the Solar Cycle books with Earth, the Long Sun, and the Short Sun. But anyway, that's just that's my shelf, and I wanted to show it to you guys, and let me know what you think.